A bald guy with swords attached with chains, powers given to him by the gods above, set in a mystical ancient Greece, and it's on the PlayStation 2. Why it must be God of War. And yes, I know the music doesn't fit, that's kind of why I chose it. Released in 2005 for Sony's second PlayStation and developed by Santa Monica Studios, God of War has you play as the mortal Spartan Kratos, who sets out on a quest for revenge after his former master, Ares the Greek god of war, tricks him into murdering his family. And before I get into it, God of War 1, 2, and Killzone are all tied with being my favorite game on the console. Don't worry, GTA San Andreas is a close second. If you couldn't tell from the swords flying all over the screen, this is a hack-and-slash adventure game. You'll be traveling across Greece and Athens, killing whatever gross-looking creature comes your way. The creatures or enemies are all brilliantly designed. I like how they kept what we all know of them from our movies and history books like Medusa, for example, while making them look undead in most cases. Combine that with beautiful looking visuals and areas you travel through, and yeah, I can see why this game is looked at as a graphical showpiece for the PS2. I mean, this is one of the few PS2 games to run in both progressive scan and widescreen. So this game with its sequel had this console and its futuristic emotion engine firing at all cylinders for sure. A graphically impressive benchmark that Santa Monica Studios still strives for today. At first, the hack-and-slash gameplay in the beginning seems kind of all over the place. You only get a certain amount of combos at first, but halfway through the game you'll find that you need to be somewhat tactical in the moves you want to do, especially later in the game. I was on normal difficulty and some of these fights are a gauntlet, man. The kind where you need to conserve your health and mana as much as possible. You'll collect these red orbs from killing enemies or hidden chests throughout the game. These let you upgrade your arsenal and unlock more moves, as well as just making your weapons more powerful with every level. So like with every other PS2 game, you'll want to look into every corner for collectibles. Growing up, I always thought the sacrificing of Gorgon eyes and the feathers was really cool. I think it was a combination of being a young kid and me listening to, metal on my iPod Shuffle. I guess I haven't changed that much. I still think that's badass, so hopefully we'll see that in the trilogy remake they just announced. It's weird. After playing Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart a couple weeks ago, it became apparent to me that all of the games on the PS2 system had you collect a bunch of stuff. Jak and Daxter, Crash Bandicoot, the Final Fantasies. I mean, it makes sense not only for the time period, but also online gaming was nowhere near what it is today. I guess apart from SOCOM. Man, I should review SOCOM, dude. Someone's got to have servers, right? Anyways, apart from good visuals, a good hack-and-slash game requires, good controls, and luckily God of War's control scheme, I think, was ahead of its time. The way you can easily get out of the way with a dodge or parry pretty much at any time makes the combat feel really satisfying, and it feels very smooth in both animation and the way it plays. Only thing that felt clunky was when you're climbing on a wall, but, no game's perfect, so we'll let that slide. Like other PlayStation 2 exclusives, the game also features good old-fashioned platforming. Wouldn't be a classic PS2 game without it, but unlike the combat, jumping from platform to platform or balancing from beams leaves a lot to be desired. The camera perspective has some issues, but luckily if you fall off the side of a beam you can quickly get back up. Probably should have mentioned this when talking about how it looks, but the music and sound effects of God of War is honestly some of the best of its generation. Seriously, the God of War theme for me is right up there with the Halo theme. Not only is it iconic, but it sets the tone for the entire series, or I guess until at least God of War Ascension. Speaking of setting the tone for the series, I hope you like puzzles, cause God of War's got a lot of them, and they get harder and harder the further you go through the game. I mean, it is an adventure game after all. In fact, one of the areas you visit that holds Pandora's box is a puzzle in and of itself. So if you hate puzzles, come prepared with an online guide, but not me, cause mama didn't raise no bitch, and I honestly enjoy the puzzles. You thought I was gonna forget, huh? This game has the all-important QuickTime events that were really pioneered in this franchise, for better or worse. Most, if not all, the monsters have a QuickTime event that will require you to press a corresponding button on screen. These do give you health or mana, depending on the enemy. Like Medusa will give you mana for tearing her head off. And it wouldn't be a God of War game without a sex minigame. Talk about setting a tone for the franchise. While the modern God of War games may be a complete departure from their macho hack and slash days on the PS2 and PS3, this game will forever be how I remember the God of War franchise. Traveling through a beautiful old world, slashing ancient Greek monsters with swords that are seared into your arms and gouging Cyclops' eyes on a daily basis. And fortunately, these games aren't too expensive when compared to some other PS2 exclusives, although these games seem to be going up in price slowly. While the modern God of War games are good in their own right, nothing for me will replace the mass spectacles of the original trilogy. So if you can't wait for the remakes to come out or you think they'll screw it up somehow, the games, how they've always been, are readily available and hold up quite well when compared to other games of its generation. God of War, the first one, is simply a hacking, slashing good time.